86. Send 86. Hey, I'm Chris.
And I'm Rob.
And I'm Cindy.
And Mark's somewhere else, but this is 86 Chefs Club podcast, episode 20-something. So, holy fuck, we just came from the Tremont.
I'm a little full.
A little?
Yeah.
I'm stuffed, man.
I know, meat sweats, man.
Oh, dude, I have like the duck, meat, and pasta sweats. And
Pretty
fries.
stellar, eh?
That was amazing.
Good drink.
Yeah, I don't think
amazing.
we ordered enough fries to the table,
I know.
guys. Just
And then,
FYI.
you got
Yeah.
you got
And then I got
fries
steak and
in
fries.
Holy fuck.
Oh, that gnocchi was just spot on. Like that, everything.
Everything was
Yeah,
amazing, man. Yeah. Shout out to
the
Josh
tartare,
and the team and
yeah.
Billy, Matt, and the guys.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Stellar, man. Stellar experience, and you guys are killing it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
It's good to see.
Thank you.
Good
thank
crew,
you,
man,
thank
for
you.
sure.
Yeah.
But we have an amazing guest.
We do.
Our first proper official guest.
Yeah. Actually, our first chef
Right?
on the show. Everybody's been front of house.
That's right.
Yay!
Allie G from, where's she from?
The Park Bench Diner
Diner.
in Thornbury, Ontario.
The Great White North, eh?
Yeah, the Great White North.
Yeah,
How's it
congrats.
going?
Welcome, Allie.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an
Yeah,
honor
no
and a
problem.
privilege.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So we'll get this ball rolling. Tell us, how did you start?
Oh my god.
Female chef in the industry.
Yeah.
Just right
So-
into
Right
it.
into it.
Right into
So
it.
college, like you were, when did you even think you wanted to cook though?
I mean, to give you like a little bit of background, I didn't like leave high school being like chef is the way to go. I started off at Guelph University. Shout out, amazing time.
Don't remember much. But...
Sorry, Mom. But yeah, then transferred over to Humber, and I just wanted to do it as a learning experience. Like,
Right.
if I wanted to pursue this as a career, do the course, do the culinary management like 2-year,
Yeah.
do the internship that came with it, and then see what it was like. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I loved to eat. I loved to cook, and it was
Right.
like, okay, if I can do this for the rest of my life, like, is it that easy
It's
to
pretty cool,
find
eh?
your
Right?
career?
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing.
That's awesome.
So that's kind of where it started. And then I did my 2-year, and then did my internship at Splendido in Toronto, a fine dining restaurant. And like, even my teacher was like, sat me down, was like, "Are you sure you want to do that? Like, do you know what you're about to get into?" And I was like, I just looked, I'm very competitive, and I looked, and I was like, top 10 restaurants in Toronto, and I picked the top 3, and I was like, this is where I'd like to go.
Was Lee there?
David Lee owned Splendido at the time. Actually, no, David Lee and Yannick sold Splendido at the time, and my boss, mentor, friend, family, shout out Victor Barry, owned it at that time.
Right on. Okay, cool.
He was the chef there. And then bought it from David Lee
Okay,
and
cool.
Yannick.
Trying to get a time in like a
Yeah.
time
He
there,
bought it when he was 26. Like,
wow.
he was like, "I'm a chef. I love what I do, and I just like want to build."
So that's a good
this."
name to buy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was there for 4.5 years. It was between a 10 to 22 course tasting menu.
Wow.
At its peak, it was like $180 a person.
Yeah.
Just for food and wine pairings. That's not like tax and grat. So like usually it was between like $600 for 2 people to come.
Wow.
And it was like,
Wow.
imagine it's like 2 seatings really, and 40 people a night.
Yeah.
Because you're doing like 22 courses and 10 of them at a time.
Right.
basically.
Right.
So it was really intense, like white coat, cutthroat, the deepest of the trenches. We won 5th best restaurant in Canada, which was super
Awesome.
cool.
Epic, man.
That's wicked.
Which is a great thing. And then he was like, you know what? This is not how people want to eat. So he decided to close, very 11 Madison Park of him, and reopened 3 months later as a New Jersey style Italian eatery, piano. And he asked me to come on I wanted to stay, and he was like, well, do you want to be the CDC? And I was interested, and I was like, let me be your sous chef for like a couple of months and then promote me to CDC. That was like a good 3 weeks. And he's like, okay, goodbye, like, have fun.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. And I was there for another about 4.5 years. So I've been in 88 Harvard Street for about 10 years with Vic and his wife, Nikki.
You're a veteran, man.
Yeah,
Veteran of the city.
I am like very much like, if it ain't broke, And I'm not. It's weird for someone in the industry to stay somewhere for more than a year, let alone close to 10.
No, for sure.
But I'm an investment type of human. Like,
Wow.
if I stay somewhere, I believe that I can grow within. Like, I was not one to feel like the grass was greener. And as I stayed with Vic, he always used to say the same to me. Like, after someone left, he'd be like, they always come back. And most times, like 9 out of 10, they'd fucking come back.
Right.
And then you gotta earn your respect again.
It's refreshing though, man.
You know?
Because that's what we talk about all the time, man. It's
All
like
the time.
in the industry of like no one has that loyalty anymore, man. The
No.
fucking loyalty and staying and grinding it out and doing your time. As long as you get to prosper, obviously, right? There's got to be some kind
Yeah, there's a give and take for
of
sure.
moving up in the ladder, let's say, so to speak. But like, wow, good for you. How old were you when you were a certified chef's cuisine?
I was 23.
Holy fuck!
Wow.
Amazing,
That's
man.
awesome.
24.
What?
Yeah,
Sweet.
24.
Good for you.
That's
That's
great.
epic, man.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, like, I had the title way before I earned that.
Well, of
like, I would
course.
say I was CDC my last year.
How'd the boys take that?
I mean,
I just love that, being able to tell them. And fucking,
it was,
it's a standard for sure.
by that time, it was more in my head than it was
Right.
for other people. I mean, Vic has always been kind of, I wouldn't define him as a champion because everyone has work to be done, but he was on the better spectrum of respect and camaraderie between chefs and chefs in front of house. Like, we served at Splendido. Like, I walked dishes out to guests and we had to learn the,
I like
the
that.
synchronized
That's
synchronized
fucking- wow.
serving and conversation with the guest, and we had wine pairing tasting every Friday. So there was definitely culture to be built, but for me as a CDC, it was more of like him telling me, like, grow the fuck up. Like, you want to have the respect, you earn it, and
Right.
you've earned it. If there's pullback after you bark, then let's have a conversation.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no one's seen you bark.
But that's a different level of maturity and respect level too, right? Because like, regardless
sure.
if you're a woman or not, or how your age or whatnot, I mean, it's respect in itself for you to do that. But like, to be able to earn the chef's respect, and he gives you the range, is kind of like, you know what you're doing. You're obviously a hard worker, you can tell, right?
Yeah.
But if someone else couldn't do it, you did, right? So what the
Yeah,
fuck? It is what it is.
I think it was more of a matter of like me understanding that, like, I'm not this burly dude who can just, you know, legit bark and people
Yeah.
get scared. I had to create a tactic where I grew up playing competitive sports, so it was like, do what you can do to prove yourself.
Right.
Right.
So at the beginning, I wouldn't put people on certain stations, and I'd cook them.
Right.
Because then it's like, yo, if I can fucking do this in Expo, you should be able to just do this.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, let's play this game. Like, you don't want to listen to me because I'm 5'2" and I sound like a chipmunk. Like, let's go. Let's play the battle.
I'd say more like a squirrel.
Right, right. It's like, home to Ontario, gray squirrel. Perfect. Thank you. Actually, I appreciate that. I'm so humble. Yeah, but I mean, I also was blessed. Like, we hired for character,
Right.
which I did at PBD as well. I didn't care about
That's
what was on the
amazing, man.
resume. Like, we can like, as chefs, which is
Mhm.
different than being a cook, which I'm sure you could agree with. It's our duty to teach.
Yeah.
And if you want the kitchen that you believe in and you watch on Netflix specials of like 5, 4, whatever Michelin stars are at these days, I don't fucking know. You gotta fucking make it.
Yep.
And so, like, that in itself is what I do more than, like, yeah, I can cook my menu up and down, but that's the easiest part of my job.
Right.
Mhm.
Is
Absolutely.
on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Amazing, man. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's awesome to hear, man.
Yeah.
Especially from your mouth, like you saying it, going out and delivering the food yourself. Have you ever had an issue with a customer? I'm dying to ask you like 1,000
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm
I'm
an open
sorry.
book. No, don't be sorry. Have I ever had an issue with a customer? 100%.
While you were delivering food to them?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
100%. I mean, there's a level. There's this constant, you know, friction between a guest and an owner, an operator, and a server, and the hospitality industry where I am paying for a service, ergo I am entitled to said service. Whether you believe it or not, that's what we provide. We're hospitality. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, most of us will bend over backwards for our guest, you know, and it starts with calling them a guest versus a customer or a consumer or whatever. And, you know, like I had this conversation the other day, like, is the guest always right? Well, fuck no, because sometimes they're human beings and they're treating other human beings with disrespect. And when there's that line that's being crossed, I don't care that you're paying me for that. I don't want your money anymore. Frankly, I also don't want you here anymore because you're treating my family with disrespect.
Right.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, if I want to create a culture that people want to work for me and with me, which is usually what we say, we need to I need to protect them.
Right.
Again, I might be 5'2" and tiny, but I'm mama bear when it comes to these giant humans that work for me. And I have a lot of 6-footers, and they're huge. It's like, but I mean, you got to protect them.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, humans suck, but we're all human.
Good for you. That's awesome. Man. Humans suck.
Oh my God. So you said you had all these questions, so let's hear them.
Okay, so what about, I know, excuse me, allergens and whatnot. When I was cooking anyway back in the day, same thing, some pretty good restaurants. You end up having, allergens now are an epidemic compared to what it used to be, right? But you're downtown Toronto, you're right in the shit. You have big boys in suits coming in that don't give a fuck what you like or what you don't like. They want what they want when they want it. But have you ever been able to just say no? Like if someone wants something, you just don't offer that. It's not the restaurant for what they offer. Like if you listen to the podcast, and you'll probably have it, it's newer, but you don't go to the Keg for a steak or the Red Lobster for a steak and then complain about the shit. I'm just saying that's my point though.
No, I get
when you
it.
go to a place that serves at the level you cooked at, it's disrespectful to come, in my point of view, for someone to come to your house and then demand things that aren't necessarily on the menu. Like at that level, imagine telling David Lee how to cook a steak or a lobster. He would have been like, doesn't matter if you're paying 10 grand a table. Get the fuck out. I don't need your shit.
I love that man. Oh my God.
But he can afford to say that.
Yes. Oh,
but that's my point though, is that
he would. Yeah.
At that
100%.
level of cooking is my point, where you're going out for the experience, not to be the service part that you say that. And I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I love everything you're saying about teaching and everything, but I think that what everyone needs to realize that if you're going to put your time in and learn, one aspect of that team camaraderie and whatever is standing as a team, where if you can't grill shrimp because they have a seafood allergy, meanwhile, like it can't happen. I'm not going to lie to you and say yes, and then maybe because that heat might not.
Right.
But fuck, I'm sorry. Just what's wrong with ever just saying I'm sorry? We can't do that.
There's nothing
Have
wrong.
you ever done that?
No.
You've always accommodated.
It's embedded in me. Like this is like, I'm gonna drop this guy's name a lot, and like, I mean, he's amazing, but I grew up learning from one human, and also like really learning about all sides of hospitality. And at the end of the day, I would be a hypocrite to say anything but we are a yes restaurant.
Really, eh?
We are a yes fucking restaurant because I get it. I understand what it is like to build a menu from top to bottom to perfection.
Right.
And if you just come and eat it from top to bottom, I promise you, you will have this experience that will be incredible.
And you'll love it. Right.
And 9 times out of 10, they're not going to do that. Because they're going to want something on the side. Yep. They're going to have an aversion to this. They don't like this. This is icky. I don't like the texture. I get it. But at the end of the day, I am a hospitality worker.
Right.
And my creative love and my passion for what I do has to be set aside.
Yep.
I was like, is that a commercial break? Or?
Yeah. That's where our first imaginary sponsor is going to go.
Is that Clorox or? It's like Gaviscon.
Gaviscon. Side by steak freeze.
Fantastic.
Hey guys! I had so much water at dinner. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we heard it.
Yeah.
Yay!
That was epic.
Had to. Sorry.
Oh.
I couldn't hold it.
Long story short, there's sometimes no. Like I would say nut allergy, like, listen, I have peanut butter in the kitchen, so it's up to you if you want to create a risk. I don't really cook with nuts in general, but at the end of the day, I would say I've come to the point where I see what it's like to cook for yourself and cook with just passion, and it's a drug and it's amazing, and we were so high on that.
Right.
But I also see what it's like to cook for the people and how amazing it is to make fucking money.
Right.
And that's like, as I will do that on my side hustle. I will cook for my friends and family and make lavish meals that this random human being on camera has had.
Random girl!
But all in all, like, when I'm creating an establishment and I'm serving the community, I'm gonna fucking say yes. Even if it kills me. Even if I need to make my dishwasher, which has happened multiple times, let them know it'll be 15 minutes to drive to Foodland and get me a fucking chicken breast so I can make a white meat only club sandwich. Guess I'm not going to do that a lot, so please don't.
But I think also, like, customers, those are customers that request things off menu that they don't have, right? They're not guests, they're customers. That's the difference.
Yeah.
And I don't think sometimes those customers realize what kitchens have to do in order to make your demands right, like, and because they're not thinking about anybody but themselves.
No chance.
Yeah.
What do you think about Toroni then? See, I love Toroni. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I love to eat at Toroni, but this is tough. Thank you so much for putting me in this position. I've been here in the shadows for like 29 years, and you've really done it in 1 hour. Fantastic. I don't believe in their values.
Oh, really? See, I'm so upset.
If I have the opportunity to make someone's day by taking something out, then why wouldn't I fucking do that? Because I know people who won't go to Toroni because they don't like A, B, and C, and they don't have anything to eat on the menu. I mean, I'm Jewish, and no offense to our tribe, but we fucking love to complain. Like, we complain about everything. But it's like, it's the fucking MO of dining for Jews. It's like, you go out, you complain about how long you've been waiting for your reservation. You're already upset. You've sat down, you've complained now to the hostess and your server that you have now waited a certain amount of time for you to come over and take my order. And I'm gonna like add some comments in throughout the meal. And then by the end of the meal, it's like, I had a fucking fantastic time and I'm gonna come back again. Yeah. If I can take away some of that annoying complaint in the middle of like, I'd like no pear in my salad, okay, fine. I won't put pear in it. Like, that's fine.
Yeah, omitting something from the menu is different though than completely
changing
the
for
dish.
For sure. I just love on their menu, they're very boldly stated. And this is like 15, 20 years ago, man. We do not alter our dishes. Please respect our plates. No modifications. Yeah. But I think that lets everyone know, stop fucking around, get what it says, or don't get it. I agree with that, though.
No, I agree.
And I agree with the integrity of the dish. The reason why that pear's on that salad, because it fucking tastes spectacular on that salad. Mm-hmm. That's my own.
Who doesn't like pears? Like, come on.
But a lot of people don't, though. So, what? Okay. No, but what's the difference?
Well, who doesn't like meat? Oh, wait, we have two of them right fucking here.
But I just don't get the point of, like, I don't know, man. As much cooking as I've done and as many high fine dining dishes that I think I put out and I'm proud of, I could just take that shit off myself. Like, it's not a problem to complain if I would just, I've had fucking tons of steaks come to me completely fucked. I just ate them for the sake of just eating because I'm hungry. Not, oh my God, the steak is like, fuck man, just shut up and eat it. I know if you're paying at Ruth's Chris, whatever amount of money, that's different, but if it's close to what you wanted, if it's medium rare, you ordered rare, holy fuck. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'll never send something back.
I get the satisfaction. I know you're paying the bill for the service and all that shit, but, like, okay, what about Susser's? Imagine going to Susser's back in the day.
Oh, jeez. I mean.
And then you're like, oh, my Susser, my duck's not done. He'd be like, it's better outside, brother.
I mean, like, you're picking really difficult people to argue with right now.
But that's the point, though, because they set the bar for 5-star standards.
They set a bar.
Right.
They set a specific bar, which is, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
This is what I'm doing.
Right.
If I build it, people will come.
Right. And they
but
did.
that doesn't work 95% of the
Not
time.
Not now. And I'm saying we've lost that standard because everyone's given into the epidemic of bullshit allergen perceptions. Because I don't believe a lot of people that say they have allergens have them.
Yeah.
I don't like onions. I'm allergic to them, actually. But it's okay if it's in it, like a mirepoix has been cooked in a soup or something. Like, that's okay now.
Yeah.
But you're not allergic anymore. See, and I think that's fucked.
It drives me nuts when, like, you bend over backwards with someone who says that they're dairy-free, and at the end of their meal, they have a fucking milkshake.
Or a creme brulee.
Where I'm like, how many lactose pills are you having for that specific pint of dairy?
Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, I mean, I
respect that a lot.
Yeah,
Good for you. Good
I'll
for you.
choose.
I 100%. I'm just
Yeah.
old school that way, I think.
No,
That is-
I
don't know.
mean, stick to your guns, man. There needs to be people like that, because like that's where the passion of our industry is like
Right.
the stubborn.
Yeah.
The stubborn.
But see, I'm just going to go on record here saying that when Rob says that, you know, say no, say no, say no, he doesn't. I've worked with him. He doesn't. We
I
can't.
get fucked off, though.
Yeah, yeah.
We
I
both
gotta
get
listen to you
fucked
bitch
off.
for a fucking hour and a half, but you know, whatever. It's like, yeah. So I don't think like saying that, you know, no, we're not doing that. Like that's you can't.
No, hold on. I agree with you, Mil, what you're saying, except for one exception. When we do features, when we did features together, would we not say that? We stopped.
But we ended up having to do it anyway.
All we said was, if we did palm in or scallop potato or whatever, we'd be like,
Guys,
oh, we
they
only
don't
have
know.
enough for this pork, right?
Yeah.
And then we would say, no, you can't order it on the rib dish. It's only made for that dish. Because we got fucked over, we stopped doing it. Remember?
Yeah.
So we
but
ended up saying,
how
we're
many
not
times did
doing
we have
this
to
anymore.
get fucked over before we were able to do that?
No, I know.
Just bang your
And
head
then
off
no
a fucking
one
wall.
ordered it anymore. But
And then nobody ordered it.
I'm just kidding. But I don't know, man. I just like going to North 44 and Saucers and like Canoe and Auberge and like even Au Pied de Conchon. Go and tell Martin Picard how he's supposed to do. That was my chair again.
Yeah, I was like, what the?
That wasn't the duck. That was my chair. I promise you.
It was a trouser duck.
It was the duck. It was the
But like,
duck.
I think that's like, I think for me the disconnect a long time ago came when, you know, like the chefs stopped being in their restaurants and cooking. They were getting bigger and expanding and more celebrity ties. And Gordon Ramsay, let's say, but like Martin Picard eating at his place, Au Pied de Conchon, was like humbling. Everything on that menu was very simple. 4 or 5 ingredients maximum. It was fucking stellar. Duck in a can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't go there and tell him how the dish should be because you want it a certain way.
You don't tell anyone in Quebec to do anything.
Right. And I think
It's a dangerous
when you
move.
eat at so many different places all the time, you kind of take that little mentality, every little experience with you, and kind of hone your own skills that way and absorb it. And then when you go back to the white plate, square, round, whatever fucking shape it is, and you kind of put your little patent on it, I just think it's disrespectful. I just think that's my perception. Is
Right.
again, are they paying for a service? Absolutely. But like when you have a sommelier, that's knowledge you can't put a dollar on. When you have a floor manager, that's knowledge you can't put a dollar on. So the attention to service and detail is such that everyone's having this experience, creating an experience for you. And I feel like when the customer gets to that level, it's almost like insulting now. And that's how I'm taking
the
it.
beat, like that is the true artist perspective,
Right.
and that's the two sides of a coin that I play. I mean,
Pretty much,
I
yeah,
mean,
for
I'm
sure.
fresh in the game, but any owner, operator, and chef play.
Right.
It's like, how do I fucking make money? But how do I stay true to like what everything you've said?
Right.
And that's the battle. You know what I mean? You have to pick them.
With
And
front
one
house,
of
back house, right?
Don't get me started again, Rob.
Why?
We're not
It's
getting in a
already-
fight today.
But we want to see mom and dad.
Yeah, we
fight.
But you must have some pretty like front of house versus back house. Okay, so serving at Splendido, right?
Yeah.
Was it harmonious between the front of house and back house, or was it like more chef where like chef's king, chef says what goes, this is how it's gonna be? Or was it like
It was kind of like this. We had this like really crazy hidden gem of a staff that like some of the service staff even continued on with me at piano, who are still there. I left, who are still there,
wow?
which is crazy. And we all still keep in touch. There's like a core group of us that like have really stuck together. But when Vic decided to start having the chefs come and talk about the meal. It was just a way of like us connecting with the guest. And the way we learned was from the front of house. We did like tutoring sessions with them where we'd like walk out. We had a buddy, a front of house buddy, and we'd walk out. Exactly. Yeah. And we'd walk with a plate, and you'd only take one plate or you'd only take 2 plates. There's never 3.
Nope.
Never 3. And it's always like, you're not nodding. It's not like a 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like, we're going to step, and then we're going to do our right hand, and then we're going to lean over and do our left. And then I've decided that I'm going to say the trout course. So then my assistant walks away, and I stand there and like give eye contact to every single person. And we would like do this for a couple of weeks, and a certain group of us were allowed to. I mean, like as chefs, we're usually socially awkward, and half of us are like, never choose me for this job. I hate it. This is my biggest fear. Some of us had a choice in that matter. I like to imply some people had a choice. I was not so fortunate. But then it became like a story. Like we had a 7 or an 8 hour carrot on the menu. It was like the bane of my existence. I'd have to fucking rotate this carrot for 8 hours a day. But I also had 8 other million things to fucking do. So it's not like a kitchen where I'm like, hey buddy, can you watch my carrots? Like, fuck you. If I'm free, I'm gonna go for a smoke. You figure out how you're gonna rotate that carrot and do 7 pastas for the tasting menu. Figure your shit out. So then when we'd go out to the guests, it's like, I roasted this carrot. I created this carrot foam. I made it with this and that and whatever. It wasn't like this super soigné conversation, but it created respect. Because then it was like, holy shit, I can't fucking do this. Yeah. This is terrible. Like, I have to not only be on right when I walk out of this dining room, but I also have to look at everything else that's going on. Are their water glasses full? Because that's when, fucking water has to be full. You know what I mean? Like every restaurant, sorry, but what is their wine situation? Is their pairing right? Has their food dropped without the cutlery set up? We change the cutlery every single course, and there's new plateware for every course. So people go through over 22 sets of plates and settings in a fucking meal. Wow. And you're in charge of a section of, I would say, 4 tables, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. It's enough. But it is. It's enough. Yeah. And that's if everyone's super happy. Yeah. That's if everyone's like having a gale. Wow. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
I don't like nuts though, and I'm gluten free.
Yeah, it's great. It's like, but I'll have peanut butter on the side. Yeah. But yeah, I created a respect. And then from then on, it was like creating my kitchen at Piano and then creating my restaurant, PBD. There was like one team fucking dream. Yeah. Like, you can't do what we can do, and we can't do what you can do. And you're really important, and we're really important, so let's just hold hands and do this together. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there shouldn't be this rift, because, like,
we all work hard, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you work it, though, you have a lot of respect for the other person, right? Like, that's crazy.
Is this new? Is this a new, like...
Yeah, I'm sitting here like, yeah, okay, let's go back a couple episodes, bud.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, I admit I would never be a server. I admit I could never go out and... I mean, I have no problem talking to the customers when it comes like a chef's table style, when you go and deliver the food and talk to them and whatever, chef hats on and all that shit. But as far as interacting with the customer as a server or...
I'd love to hear your server voice.
Couldn't do it. No, I can't do it. I just not
with the head tilt.
I can't.
I can talk shit. Yeah, I can talk shit with the best one, but I can't do Karens. I refuse.
Yeah.
I refuse.
That's why.
That's on brand, actually.
That's why I was a bartender. Yeah. I never did serving.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, man. I think now that I'm older for sure, but like I love you. So the respect of you going out to do that, and so what do you think then? So. As you're honing your skills, you're not the chef yet, and you would expect the servers not to be talk about the food on a chef level, but to know that menu inside and out. No.
Oh, they
like if a customer had a guess, you didn't go back. Oh, let me ask the chef. That would have been a really hard question. They were educated, right?
They were like, yeah. There was a level of standard,
right,
of service. Like there was a food Bible, and there was there were quizzes and. They needed to know all of the wines and everything about them and anecdotes. It wasn't like robot soigné service. It was, let's create this is a journey.
Right.
This is a fucking journey from a canapé to the rum board at the end. So let's create that. And what was really cool is to see that transition of service at a more casual restaurant at Piano, where we're having like bump in music and the lights are more dim and like kind of Vegas, New York interior feel, like heavy on the floral game with pints of beer and fucking just open kitchen and just noise, just natural noise, but still like white tablecloth service. You know, water glasses always full, remembering our guest's name. You say it's your birthday, we bring you something. Don't tell us it's your birthday.
It's everybody's birthday.
Okay. Well, if it's your birthday, don't, or tell us it's your birthday, but don't imply like you're expecting something.
Yes. Thank you.
Right.
What do you guys do for birthdays? Say happy birthday to you? Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
It's everybody's birthday at a restaurant.
I would have given you a tiramisu, but now I'm just giving you a candle.
Yeah. I'm going to give you a pat on the back pre-COVID.
That's it.
Congratulations.
It's a lonely candle.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to light it. I'm just going to give it to
Here's
you.
table side lighter.
Yeah.
Figure your shit out.
Figure it out.
Happy birthday. No.
Love it.
Like I said, white tablecloth.
It's our third
service.
anniversary. Can you guys do something special for us? What the fuck?
Yeah, we called you a taxi.
Yeah.
It's there.
Like, it's your third. Congratulations on making it 3 years.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't look at
You
me.
don't
I've
look
been
so
married
good,
for
you
3 years. I'm living
Hey.
the fucking dream right now. Yeah. I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
It's been a hell of a
30,
time.
20,
Yeah.
30, 10, all
Yeah.
those like, you know,
Yeah, milestone.
milestone, 25 even.
Yeah.
I'll be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And then,
Wow, yeah.
yeah, I will. Because
Here's
I'll be
2
like, good for you.
candles.
Yeah, you get 2 candles. And you
Good
get,
for you.
yeah. Oh, I might even take my mask off and smile at you. I will not give you COVID, I promise. Like, fuck.
So, listeners,
I know.
don't say it's your birthday or your anniversary.
But no, but it's always somebody's something when they come to a
They
finer
expect a shit
dining.
ton of stuff for food.
Yeah, to a finer dining establishment. It's they're coming to celebrate. I understand that. But it's the people who call and be like, it's my wife's like 37th birthday, and like, what do you guys do for special birthdays? I'm like, she's 37.
Yeah.
That's not a special birthday.
No.
Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
I got there was one the other day. It was a reservation. Someone made it for somebody else, and the note was like, "This is so and so's niece's birthday, and this is for so and so from so and so." Like in the note in the reservation, I'm like, "Who the fuck wrote this?" And I'm showing all the staff, and I'm like, "Can you decipher this for me? Because I cannot understand what they fucking mean by this."
Sounds like my mother-in-law. Like that sounds like a Jewish situation. Where it's like, Ma, get on the phone and say it's your niece's, whatever. Trust me, it'll do something. It'll do something for you. Oh, it just stressed me out. Oh God.
That's funny.
It's for sure a Weinbergstein Cohen on the back of that sentence.
No, and I don't even remember. Honestly, it was just like I couldn't decipher what they meant by any of it. Like I was just like, I don't even know.
That's
You go to
amazing.
every guest
That's
that night,
fucking
every
amazing.
single guest, you're like, happy birthday.
Yeah.
I hope it's your birthday.
Well, and like it makes me look stupid because if I go to the table and I'm like, is it somebody's birthday here? Like, or like who made this reservation? Like who are you? Right? Like I just left it. I was like, I'm just ignoring it. Didn't even see it.
Is it the niece's birthday or?
Yeah. Like who is what? Like we had I think I told you guys this. We had a couple come make a reservation at our restaurant who was celebrating her daughter getting married. But her daughter wasn't with her. Her
You did
daughter-
not tell me this
I
one.
didn't tell you that? Okay,
No.
so she made a reservation. She called and she wanted to make a reservation. That's fine. She's like, but can you put something special on the table? And I'm like, okay. So we put this, like, we have this, like, light box with, like, the letters or whatever.
Cool.
And we said, we put the bride and groom's name on it. Then we found out the bride and groom actually were coming.
Oh, so it's
So
like
they-
a shrine?
It was just
That
the
was-
mom,
that was a
the mother of the bride, and her husband who came to celebrate the fact that her daughter got married in another city, and they weren't present. but they wanted to have dinner and celebrate that their daughter got
On their
married.
behalf.
What the
And the
actual
sign-
fuck?
That's
The sign was in her daughter and her new son-in-law's name, and I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck this is about, but like, sure. And then she was like, we had the best time ever, and I'm like, what? What? Like, I don't understand what you're trying to get here. Where are you trying to go with this?
wow.
Like,
I don't even know what I would. Wow.
yeah, it
My
was.
brain.
Yeah,
Cindy
Oh,
phone.
fuck.
yeah, exactly. I'll let you talk to our manager.
Yeah. Fuck that shit.
What do you want?
Yeah.
Who are you? Great caller. Hang up. Like, is this a joke? Like, why are
Wow.
crank yankers right now?
Wow, good reference.
You like that?
That was good.
Why are you surprised by that?
I don't know.
I don't like sitting beside you. I'm going back over there.
Good.
Done.
So now the transition. You went from
Yeah.
all of this like really it's like crazy fine dining to open a diner.
Yeah. Whew.
I get videos from Mark all the time, by the way. Your tater tots look great.
Tater tots.
Yeah.
Tater tots. Tater tots.
Honestly, man.
Yeah, I look good, man.
I think tater tots were my first million for sure. I love cheeseburgers. That is where the diner came from. I like cheeseburgers are my go-to comfort in life.
Yep, I agree with you
Yeah.
100%.
I had a pregame cheeseburger before I came here.
Nice.
Nice.
I had like 25 minutes to spare. She was like, random girl was gonna pick me up. And I was like, she's like, I'm gonna be here in like 25 minutes. I'm like, great. I'm just gonna curbside pick up a double cheese. I'll be there in a few. Like, I have one room temp sitting in my living room right now because that's not going in the fridge. An amateur mistake. But yeah, I mean, I love cheeseburgers. I love diner. I love breakfast. I love Brinner, breakfast for dinner.
Yep.
And I love brunch, which ties me back to my parents are both from Montreal.
Yeah.
And Montreal, I mean, Torontonian Jews do it well, but Montreal Jews do a really great brunch spread.
Absolutely.
We're bagel locks. We know the bagels. Like, okay, New York, we get it. You're
No. I agree
but
with you. Montreal bagels.
Like, I would get into a fight. I love to scrap. My husband, like, he's amazing, but I love to scrap. Not saying that I scrap ever, but I would love to get in a fight with a New Yorker regarding bagels.
Bagel Wars. New segment, Bagel Wars.
I would love to throw some punches for those sesame seeds and fucking poppy on a Montreal bagel. I'm a ride or die when it comes to a Montreal bagel. But
Throw it out with a New Yorker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in a fight with a New Yorker.
That's awesome.
yeah,
Over
for
a
sure.
bagel.
I'm not even a Montrealer. Like, that's the only thing I love about Montreal is their food and dining scene. Like,
Yeah, right.
fuck their hockey team, but that's besides the point.
Wow.
But what happened is I wanted to leave piano. I was ready. I would want it and didn't want. I was ready. I was
Yeah.
ready to leave. My husband and I, Brian, my ride or die, other than Montreal bagels, is we were on our honeymoon a year after we got married. in
Hang on, sorry to
California.
interrupt. Does he come in before the bagels or after?
Oh, definitely before.
Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't know. I know I wouldn't know bagels without him. He wouldn't know bagels without me. So maybe that would also, I would be before bagels for him as well, which is good to know. But we were on our honeymoon in California for like 4.5 weeks, just riding up and down the coast and
Oh, nice.
really trying to figure out my next path. And I never thought I'd open up a restaurant, to be honest. I was like very much a millennial where I was like, I'm gonna cook and then
Wow.
yeah, this is it. I'm gonna cook and then I'm gonna like teach somewhere so I can have like work-life balance.
Wow.
I wish
There should be a Simpson character of her.
Yeah, I know.
Like a South Park or
I'm
something.
so
Fucking-
ashamed by that sentence. I wish like someone in my life backhanded me right away.
Yeah.
I wasted a lot of time. But I was addicted to service. I was addicted to the lifestyle. That's why I stayed at Splend and piano for so long. And,
Yeah.
and I love knowledge and information, and that's what food is.
Mhm.
It's similar to science, like
Yep.
which is what I love as well. So, I I decided then, okay, maybe it's not that I didn't want to open up a restaurant. I just didn't want to do it in Toronto. Right. After seeing what it was like to open up piano and how it looked so easy, but it wasn't. Yeah. And I know that what Vic did to get that off the ground was major. So then I was like, okay, if it's not there, where? Where are we going to go? And my husband Brian's family is all in Toronto, and they're amazing. And I knew that we wouldn't be able to go too far, but I definitely knew that we can leave Toronto. And what that meant like. And we're very outdoorsy humans, and we love nature, and we keep creating these vacations where we're in forest. Mm-hmm. Like, why can't that just be where we live?
Yeah, right.
That was kind of like the idea. Like, I woke him up in the middle, like I would never got on the California time zone, so I was always up at like 5 a.m. like ready for the day. So I'd have like 3 hours by myself, just like thinking, which is so dangerous. And then he'd wake up at like 9 for like breakfast in the day, and I was like, let's talk. Let's talk about everything. She's like, fuck, bitch, like I wouldn't have married you if this is how crazy you're gonna be. So
now you know.
And it gets worse over time.
That's tough.
Yeah. And we just started mulling it over. We ate like a lot of breakfast over our California trip because we were traveling a lot. And I started being like, what about Collingwood? Like, I used to come up here back in the day in high school. Like, we used to go to Alpine and all that stuff. And I'm like, it's a 4-season town. It's got this little hub. It looks like an entrepreneur's dream. It looks young enough. It's cheaper. Like, let's talk about Collingwood. So I spent a year coming up here Saturday nights after work. I drive at night after service up here with a few friends, and I'd eat and drink for 2 days. I'd like go to every restaurant. Mostly, like, I'd spend most days at Gibson, like a freak. You can attest to that. And ate and drank and talked, and then we created a work back schedule. Being like, okay, I'm going to give notice in October for February. I'm going to give Vic a ton of time. You're going to apply to the school board. We're going to bounce. Then we started like continuing that journey, and then I was like, okay, what does Collingwood need? And I like kept eating and drinking and talking, and I couldn't really figure it out until I woke up really hungover one morning with Brian. I was like, let's go for brunch. Let's go for brunch up here. And the only place we could go in Collingwood was like, rest in peace, sorry, is the Red Hen.
Right.
Okay? And like, cute. Okay, hashtag cute, whatever. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there, okay? We could, I mean, we all know, but
the place was on fire.
Yeah. Lit. Hella lit.
Sorry.
And so that was when it was kind of like, oh, they don't have breakfast. They don't have breakfast. They don't have cheeseburgers. They don't have a fucking diner.
Yeah. And
then that was a conversation of being like, I don't want it to be this like Torontonian bougie diner. Like there's not gonna be Crystal. There's not gonna be like Dom everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, we're serving drip coffee. We are not having espressos. I'm not hiring someone to like froth milk, because that takes time.
Yeah.
And like, I don't need experienced servers to do this. I just need people who want to be here. So that's where it started. I was like, wow, what a dream was it to find the missing link in Collingwood, and it happens to be something I fucking love.
That's cool.
Nice.
You know? And that's kind of where it was. Yeah, that was it.
That's pretty cool. It's pretty damn cool. It is, though. I love that. But at least you're doing what you love and you're good at it. So, I mean, fuck.
Thank you.
No, it is. It's very cool.
Yeah.
So, you're in Thornbury.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, so market research, everything was in Collingwood. Still, the dream is to be in Collingwood. This is where we live, and this is where I believe is our home. But this 15 Harbor Street was available through conversation, through people. It was vacant since March. This was July of this year, really knee deep in COVID. And I was put into contact with the landlords, and they're like, we need someone to fill, we would like someone to fill the space. What's your idea? What do you want to do? And I just, exactly what I just said.
Yeah.
This is my thing.
Yeah.
If you're into it, let's create something. I occupied it July 23rd, and we opened up August 14th.
Nice.
It took us about
Awesome.
14 days to clean and just figure our shit out. My first time cooking the menu and cooking with my sous chef was opening day, first order.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
Nice.
That's ballsy, man.
That's crazy.
That's fucking ballsy.
Yeah. It was, I mean, I wouldn't redo it I wouldn't redo our opening for a long shot. I mean, it was a soft opening. It was friends and family, reservation only, close to the public. You are invited because we need to figure out our shit. My service staff started that day in the morning at 10 a.m. 4 out of 7 have never served a day in their fucking lives. And I'm like, let's start at the door. How do we serve? Who's got a notebook? Let's go.
Wow. Fucking shit, eh? So you're working it as you're going, as you're living it.
Yeah, it was like, today is about making mistakes. Let's just figure our shit out. And after a week, it was like a whole different ballgame. And we just kind of
grew together,
and we were all thrown into the fire. Like, I have a server who's 20 years old who I thought was my age, and she comes in like never served a day in her fucking life, and she's just like this rambunctious human. And I pulled her aside after 4 days of working. I'm like, by the way, in 2 weeks you're going to be my supervisor. And now she's running the front of house. She's doing the scheduling, she's doing the things, she's organizing the front of house like it's her own. I mean, like, it's those things, you know what I mean? Like, I could not do this alone. I didn't want to do this alone.
Yeah.
And I'm just so grateful and appreciative of the people who kind of like have drunk the Kool-Aid. They are so drunk on that fucking
It's amazing to
Kool-Aid.
hear someone your age talk like a veteran chef. Like, no, it is. It's humbling, man, because it lets you like realize that there's very good people out there with very good creativity and knowledge and aspirations to do what you're doing. And kudos to you, man. That's amazing. Because there's not enough people doing that. You know, be it financial positions where they can't. But I guess not my last question, but one of my questions I really wanted to ask you was, like, me growing up in the ranks and doing my thing in chefing world, whatever, was always Gordon Ramsay, Marco Pierre White, Joel Robichon. Like, who are you? Do you even follow the big boys, like old school? Like,
I mean, I was like fed that like when I was younger. I grew up with TK, like Thomas Keller.
French
being
laundry.
like God. You know, like he was the man that like Vic aspired to be like.
Oh wow!
And then was like, when I was an intern, he gave me French laundry to read, and he was like, "Read this."
Right.
And that was like, oh my God, this is perfection. I didn't understand what perfection was until I saw him. I mean, for me, I have a very hard time, like, you know, looking at chefs. When I watch Chef's Table, it's such a bittersweet experience for me, because I'm like, I just want to soak up everything that you're saying, but I will never be as good as you. I'm like, it's such a self-deprecating episode. I'm like, you're fucking amazing, and I'm a piece of shit. Like, you know, so there are people like Daniel Barber in New York, who's a fucking genius, who I think is amazing. And I think what David Chang has done with his enterprise is so incredibly interesting.
Christina Tossi from that
Yeah,
whole thing. The
absolutely.
Empire's epic, yeah.
Like, there are so many people. I mean, Anthony Bourdain, huge. Gordon
Respect.
Ramsay, I fucking think he's really... I love technical cooks.
Yeah.
And I love what he brings to the table.
Boiling Point. If you watch that,
yes,
that's
100%.
Ramsay. That's
yes,
real Ramsay.
100%. But I'm also like Joe Beef. I speak to Joe Beef completely, like just rustic, honest food. Because like you look at Thomas Keller's French Laundry, try and cook something from that cookbook.
Yeah.
It won't come out because it's not accurate recipes. It's a storybook, but like they don't put everything in there because they don't want you to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Where like Joe Beef, I would say, is more a genuine, like what you see is what you fucking get. Oh, Peter Couchon, fucking cool. I'm more about the character than like the class.
Right.
For sure.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
Cool.
That's awesome. So, top 10?
Oh, is it time for the
I
top
think
10?
it's insert jingle here.
Ooh.
This is
It's
going
our
to be a
third
good
time
one.
doing it, eh?
Yeah.
The last one was awesome. What was the last one again? top 10 things that
mistakes that chefs make.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So this one.
So this one is the 10 common mistakes waiters make. Or sorry, I should say servers.
Oh, fuck. We can launch all over this one.
I know it's gonna be great.
My nieces,
the niece's birthday and her name is this, but then it's these people that are coming and whatever. And can you give us a free dessert? Okay, not being able to recommend meals.
Number 10, not being able to recommend meals.
So I guess that means if somebody's like, "Can you recommend something?"
And they're like, "I don't know."
flat out no. Like, not even try. You're your shit.
Try the sparkling water.
Can you recommend something? No.
No.
What would you order on the menu? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Honestly, guys, I just work here. I don't like shit.
Yeah.
It's garbage.
Okay, next one. Getting orders wrong.
Oh,
No way.
no way. That's a mistake servers make?
Yeah.
See that? Oh, fuck. I'm having flashbacks. To the fucking...
This is a dangerous topic.
Yeah.
It
I
is.
like it.
I know.
Oh,
We
God.
like it.
Number 8.
All right. Not bringing the order on time. So not bringing it out of the kitchen. Hands, please.
Oh.
Oh, and
Oh,
seeing the window
fuck.
pass. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they're just finishing their water. I don't give a shit. Take the food out.
I'm starting to get so angry.
I took the heat lamps out of our kitchen.
Yeah.
And a lot of places are doing that now.
I
Yeah.
brought my front of house staff over and I manually took out the lamps and I was like, this does not exist.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
The bell rings, you come here.
So is it anybody grab
Anyone grabs.
or
Yeah.
your own table?
You have your
Okay,
own
cool.
section,
Right.
but the deal
we're all a
is
team.
the guest should not know who the server is. That's how
Except for
everyone
who greets you, maybe. Like,
exactly, sure.
Right.
And maybe gives you your bill, but
Right.
all in all, people are dropping, people are doing things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
Dun, dun.
Being overly friendly or in the way.
Oh, man, that's my biggest pet peeve right there. That's number 1 for me. I don't know what's coming
Triggered.
still,
It is
but
triggered,
that's it.
Rob.
Fuck this. Oh my god. How are you? Fuck off. I'm
I want
great.
to take you to like a Chuck E.
I know.
Cheese or something.
I've been there with my daughter, yeah. Chucky can't
What is
breathe.
this, number 6?
Yeah. Not reading tables well.
Yeah,
So-
no,
So is that like
that's a big
is that like somebody going up there and telling like a really inappropriate
No,
joke?
but Ali said it like
Well,
your
yeah.
water, your attention to detail, like is how much water
Yeah,
is
or
the
just
water
like
done,
knowing if they're happy.
Oh,
Like
see.
if you
Yeah.
see like a bunch of angry humans and
Yeah.
you're just like, how's it going? It's like, okay, you've read it wrong.
Yeah, you gotta read.
Or
you
like
gotta
seeing
read
a
the
bunch of
crowd.
like Leaf fans coming in after they lost me, like, so good game today, eh?
Yeah. It's like just welcome them.
Way to go to the extreme, brother.
Yeah.
Way to go to the extreme.
Oh, I'm saying that for you.
I know.
You probably get that a lot.
Wow.
All right. Number 7.
5.
Let's
I thought it was
go.
5. Yeah,
I don't
5.
Paying more attention to certain guests.
Absolutely.
Yep. So yeah.
That's all the time.
Well, yeah.
Whoever's
But-
paying more,
but-
ordering the bigger shit.
Well, not even that. It's also
Around
it
here,
could be
anyway.
it could be who fits your dynamic too, right? Like I may come up to you and be like, "Hi guys, how's it going?" And you may be like, "Get the fuck away from me," and I'll go, "Okay." Like I'm gonna leave this guy alone because he's gonna rip my fucking head off, right? So here's your steak and piss off.
Just a quick question asking for a friend. Is that your service voice?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No.
Asking
not.
for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
No, she claps when she talks to people.
Asking for
Oh, for a random girl? Okay.
She's slipping me questions.
She doesn't have a mic, so we have to speak for her. She's that person in the corner when someone's talking, she's signing.
She's your interpreter.
She's actually my support dog.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Not going the extra mile for their tables.
Yes.
No comments?
No, I agree.
No? Okay. All right. Making guests wait for their check.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a pain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
get
that's a-
them the
yeah.
fuck out.
You're sitting there with empty plates.
Drives
Yeah.
me nuts.
Yeah.
Empty
they
drinks,
come back-
empty cups.
They come
like-
back and smell like a dart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Getting too relaxed before closing.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
sitting down, going,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
Chilling.
oh yeah, there's side duties to
Oh,
do. I
shit.
don't want to get up.
Yeah.
Get
Late
the fuck
table
off
walks
your
in.
ass.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we closed at 10 and the table just walked in at 9. What the fuck? Like, duh. Okay, not checking that everything is satisfactory. So table checks. Big,
Yeah.
big.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a big
Yeah.
one.
That is a big
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, that's
So what about a Splendido? Like if you guys were, it was all that many courses, right?
Yeah.
And then what happens if someone came in half an hour before close? Is that possible?
Yeah. I mean,
To order what though? If it's all coursed out.
yeah.
Oh, you guys all had to stay to finish that many courses.
We didn't do a la carte. You just had.
That's what I mean,
At one
so-
point in time, we just had the tasting menu. So if someone came in at like 9:55 and we closed at 10, and you want the tasting menu, let's fucking do it. Let's go.
Really?
I mean, it's pretty easy because it's like you're not waiting in between. It's rich food, right? So to get through 22, you're pretty much plowing through. When we see you kind of finishing, we'll pick up the next course.
Yeah,
right.
Like it's not.
right. Yeah. No, fair
But
enough.
yeah, like especially now that I own a restaurant, if someone comes in at 9:59 and that's an extra fucking ticket, come on in.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Come on in. Like I don't give a shit. And like but the contradictory to that is like when the front of house turns down the dial at closing, that's like I just look at my watch and I'm like labor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mop faster. I can get a Roomba that can do it faster than you.
That was awesome.
I only know that because I have one.
I can get a Roomba that's faster than
That's
you.
awesome, man. Wow.
Oh my god, that's funny.
That's my closing remark.
I like
That's
it.
awesome.
I like it.
Was that it?
That's it.
That's it?
That's the
That's it.
top
That's all.
10.
Ali G,
Thank you very much.
amazing to
Yeah.
have you on.
Question from the cheap seats.
Absolutely.
I dedicate this question to Chris. What is your stance on splitting?
Ooh, yeah. I'm a.
Get out.
I get on everything.
No, take your headphones
I
and get out.
Those are my headphones.
No, but a lot of the questions I
No.
can see how you're going to be. I can almost see how you're going to
That's
say
how
it, for sure.
It comes from eating. I don't share. I'm Joey. I don't share food.
Joey doesn't share food.
Sure, thank you. I don't share food unless it is prefaced prior to ordering. Like if you want to have some,
Like it's agreed.
if you
upon.
want some of my French fries off my plate, we can talk about it prior to
Yeah.
the order.
I agree. 100%.
So for me, like from the eating side, I will share. I don't usually split, but I've been seeing that honestly lately. People are splitting sandwiches.
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper,
Right.
but I mean, is it annoying?
It takes
yeah.
up 2 seats. It's real
But-
estate. Every seat's real estate, right? You're
Yeah, I
devaluing
can't really
that
complain.
seat by. No, I get you. I know
Okay,
I only
so-
complain because it's diner food. Diner food
No,
takes
I
like
know.
20
It's hard.
minutes.
I know.
Okay, so here's
But that's the flip side to that too.
Thanks
though.
for setting me up.
yeah. So here's the thing though. Being a burger lover, as
Yes.
am I, would you split a burger for somebody?
No, I provide a steak knife.
Oh wow!
Yes.
So you would
We
say
could be
no.
friends again.
I provide a steak knife and plate. I don't say no. I just don't say yes.
But you don't physically cut it for them.
Yeah.
No, correct. If they come back, like if it's like someone who's a journal, like you know what I mean, and they see the setup we've created and they're like, we'd like it to cut. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll cut the burger.
How do you cook your burger?
Medium rare.
And you have no issues?
Never.
Really? Good for you, because I have a
I mean,
fuck
it's
ton
a
of issues.
smash patty.
Oh my
It's
god,
not
their
like-
burger's rare. They're almost gonna puke at the table.
They're like, I would
What?
say maybe, sorry, it's maybe closer to medium, but we're a smash burger double patty, so they're
thin.
They're pretty thin.
Good for you.
It's
no.
yeah, it's about 4.5
I had an
ounces.
experience last
and
week.
5
man.
ounces.
Exact same scenario. It was like, what the fuck? And they wouldn't eat it, and they were saying they were gonna puke at the table. I was like, really?
Yeah, that's annoying. It's
Right?
Like, it's only annoying
It's
because I'm
not-
like, you could eat it. You
And
could
everyone's so
chicken raw.
over dramatic about it. Like, you guys
Yeah.
put out a burger, like, no, man, do you understand?
Yeah, it's annoying. I mean, like, have you heard of steak tartare?
Right.
Literally, we ate
Yeah,
that
we ate that
tonight.
today.
Yeah, I mean, Tremont tartare, delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I shoveled that down like a fucking Viking.
It was
Yeah.
amazing, man. It was awesome.
I liked the pickles.
Yeah. The mini
It was
gherkins.
so
Mini
good.
gherkins.
Sitting up full on mini gherkins.
Oh, mini
fuck.
gherkins.
Oh.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna hold it.
That's what you get for playing with your stick all the time.
It's stronger.
For now. Give it a couple seconds like normal and it'll just fall over again.
It's nice to have some more female energy in this room. Not
I
gonna
know,
lie.
but what you can sing it and bring it too, right?
What?
You can sing it and bring it and talk shit from a chef. From
well,
a
no, just
perspective
when
of,
you guys
like,
start talking about your fucking, oh, you have your eyes, oh, you suck.
wow.
Jesus Christ.
Somebody
Shut up.
Go for a walk and get some air.
No, it's like Greek
Throw
brandy.
shit.
We know her trigger.
Yeah, really.
No more Greek bandy for you.
Bandy?
Bandy, yeah, I said it.
Ah, it's a Greek bandy. Mm.
Ali G from my all the best success, man. You're gonna
Thank
do
you.
well.
Yeah.
Thank
You
you.
know what you're
Thank you.
doing,
Thank
and
you.
you sound amazing. And I
Thank you
can't
so
wait to
much.
try your food.
Yeah,
and
we're all
all
gonna
the
come in
best,
there
man.
one day.
Yeah.
So when are you
Absolutely.
open?
We're right now. Shoulder season is Friday to Sunday. Friday and Saturday 9 to 5. Sunday 10 till 4.
Wait,
Cool.
3 days a week?
Yeah, dude.
How?
Open for a good time, not a long time.
Holy
And
shit.
you're rocking. That's good for you. Like that seems to be working.
Yeah, it's working for now. I mean, the dream is to reopen for the Wednesday, Thursday. We have some super fun things happening.
Can you-
We're converting our patio to an après ski area with fire
Nice,
pits and
nice.
chairs
Awesome,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Good for you.
Like personal
Yeah.
après.
No one's
Yeah.
doing that. Good for you.
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna try and create the party as safely, but as much as
So
we
never
can.
ever gonna do dinner.
No, I don't need to do dinner. I mean, we might do some nights. You know, I'm
Yeah,
always down to do like a night here or there, but
I think you do really well with that, especially for that demographic there.
yeah, like I'm a diner.
After the hills and whatever you go.
Yeah,
to a
like
place
we'll
by the
be
water.
open till like 8,
Yeah.
but
Let's treat like Toronto, big level.
They're not gonna
Yeah.
do like a separate dinner
there's
menu.
no
Yeah.
nightlife.
No,
Like,
No, that's
not in Thornbury.
it's
No,
just late
fuck.
dinner reservations.
right.
Yeah.
But I'm still tucked in by 10:30.
Oh man, people support good food. They
Yeah.
always support good food.
Yeah, nothing but like an amazing town that is Thornbury, as well as Collingwood. Nothing but being like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
totally accommodating and welcoming.
And the
to
foot
us.
traffic going by your place in the summertime is gonna be insane.
Yeah, it's just, if I could say right now, we are not a pop-up. We are not just staying here for the summertime, because that's been a thing
Yeah.
for the last like couple weeks.
Yeah.
People think we're just here for a short amount of time, but I mean, yeah, we're here for as long as they want us here. So,
Awesome.
Amazing.
Good.
Thank
Good
you.
for you.
Good
Thank
for
you.
you.
Well, thank you for coming on the show.
thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great.
Yeah, man.
So I guess until next time.
Until next time.
Yep.
Keep your eyes sharp.
Yep. 2 Open Chef.
Oh, is this where I
Oh,
hit the stop
nothing
button?
from Cindy.
What the fuck?
Cindy?
There we go. There she is.
Cindy?
Huh?
Any last words?
No, fuck you.
Bye. Wow.
What was I supposed to say? I don't remember.
Enjoy babysitting. I'm so
I
disappointed.
completely forgot.
I'm like looking at you like,
Two ride Randy's. That was fucking
I
funny.
ate too much food. My
You're
brain
caught in
doesn't
the
want to
headlights.
I don't remember.
Great job, Allie.
yeah.
Amazing. That
What
was
a
amazing.
fun
Thank you
time.
so much, man.
Thank you.
What a great time.
You better come home in my kitchen. Gone to 86 again.